Hey everybody, am I live? I think I am. I am going live in our Powerhouse Coach group with something that sort of struck me this morning, and I wanted to pretty much hold it until the Q&A later, but I know not everybody is going to be able to make the Q&A, so I thought, why not go live? I had a cancellation today, and so here I am. So I woke up this morning feeling really good and sort of like feeling really excited and feeling really grateful. And I do that a lot. And it's like, I feel so grateful about how I feel. And thinking back over the last couple of, I always look at how have I been able to be successful? What were some of those key nuggets in strategy and action, but also mindset, and what has allowed me to attract the things and create the things that I've created? Because I believe it doesn't happen by chance. Things don't just fall into your lap, things happen for a reason. And it all is based on where your focus is. So the more I've grown in my business, and I've been doing online business for almost 8 years now. You guys know this. I've done many different things, right? Health coaching, and I've launched a nanny agency, and maybe you didn't know that, but I launched the manufacturing business with my husband, and then I rebranded to be a business coach. So I have a little bit of experience, right? And I've seen the evolution happen for myself where in the beginning it was all about tactical stuff. It was all about, how to do the follow-up sequence and how to execute something and how to brand myself, and was very action focused, and I was always looking for how to do something. And that's important too. But the more I advanced in my business and the more clients we got and the more challenges I faced and the more things I did that were pretty scary to me, like hosting my retreats and rolling out new programs and pushing and pushing and pushing, the more I became aware of how important your headspace really is, right? So stick with me, and because I have a really important message for you today. Because what I've been seeing in our community, in this powerhouse community that's so important to me and so important to my team, is that you have been hurting yourself. And I want to explain to you what that means, and I want to give you maybe a challenge, maybe something that you're ready for. Maybe you're not ready to hear this right now, and that's okay. Eventually you will be, and eventually this will click with you. But I felt like this was a really important message because I want you to stop hurting yourself. I want you to be in a space where you can actually be that powerhouse. Because my vision for you is to become not just rich, not just to make $20,000 next month. The vision of the powerhouse, ladies, is for you to become a real leader, a real inspirational person. And it doesn't matter what niche you're in. I want you to be someone that I can be proud of too, that I can say, this is my client. She is an inspiration to others. She is mature and confident, and she has massive value to offer. And she is someone that I want to be with, that I can maybe learn from too. There's no reason why I cannot be learning from you guys, right? So my mission is to not just give you the strategies and the funnels and all that stuff. That's all sort of like, that has to be there. But at the end of the day, it's all about transforming you from the woman that you are now into a better version of yourself. And the one person that knows this better than anybody is Heather, right? Heather Andrews. She may or may not have done all the tactical stuff yet, but she has transformed from being a woman over here to being a completely new person over here. And most of her development has been mental development and the way she looks at things. And she's written her book and all these good things. But what you want to realize, and I'm realizing I'm going off on some tangents, but I feel really passionate about this, so stick with me, is that in your life, in your personal life, your relationships, and your business, you only hurt yourself. And that's based on what you think. So you can choose every single day. You can choose to think thoughts that hurt you, or you can choose to think thoughts that actually help you and make you better, right? Because your vibration, your energy, your emotions, and how you feel, if you let them depend on other people, on circumstances out there, on somebody that cut you off in the car, on somebody that didn't return your phone call, on somebody that did something that you feel is not right, then you're like a bouncing ball. You're like a leaf in the wind, and you're constantly going back and forth. And I see that in you, where your vibration and how you're feeling constantly goes up and down. One day you're up, one day you're down. Something bad happens, you're in the dumpsters for 3 days. You have to get yourself to a level of emotional stability where your happiness and your calmness and your power comes from you, because you realize what you're thinking. You have a choice, right? A stupid example. If you're driving down the road in your car, somebody cuts you off or somebody flips you the finger, you can either, start to be raging and racing after the guy and giving him a finger too, or you can just keep thinking about your business and the amazing things you're going to be creating today and feeling like, you know what, I'm actually very sorry for this person right now because something happened in their life that set them off. People that are mean, people that are bullies, children that are bullies because they have something going on. They're hurt inside, right? So whenever somebody does something that is not good for me, or that, maybe offends me, or that is negative around me, or that blames me, I have to take responsibility for my actions too, but I always look at them and what might be going on inside of them. So what I want you to know is that if you're in this space where you're being influenced by other people and you're blaming, you feel like you're shorted. You're not getting enough support in a powerhouse coach. Carolyn isn't giving me enough. Carolyn isn't there. My husband isn't supporting me. My dog died. You're blaming the outside, whatever that is. Maybe me, maybe someone else. It doesn't even really matter. You cannot create from that space. You will not have inspiration. You can't feel good. You can't even really focus on what you want to do because all your head is thinking about is that wrongness that you're perceiving right now. And then your life is about drama. Drama, 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 feeling sad for yourself, getting down on yourself. And what you have to realize is that other people really don't care because they all are selfish. Everybody wants the best for themselves. So you sitting there in your righteousness and saying, the world has to make me happy. They have to do things to make me happy. I expect these things to make me happy. You will always be dissatisfied. You will always be sad. You'll never get what you want. Because a true sense of freedom can only come from within you, right? So you can't have your mind consumed with that stuff. And I know how that feels, guys. I used to be, when I had Mateo, when my whole health transformation began, okay? I really think that I went through a phase where I had some postpartum depression, and that's really the only thing I can think about. Or maybe I had my head stuck in my ass. I really don't know. But I was in a space where I was dissatisfied with my job, and I blamed Boris, and I said, you're not supporting me. I want to start my business, but you don't let me. And so at that point, he didn't know how to deal with me because I was so, was pushing him away so much. And I blamed my family in Germany, and I blamed people around me, and I'm like, I'm an immigrant and I have an accent and I can't do this and I'm fat now because I just had a baby. And I literally, with my thoughts, I felt like the victim and like I wasn't doing anything wrong and like the entire world was against me. And I spiraled deeper and deeper and deeper into this hole. People didn't change. They didn't change at all. So my turning point came when I felt like, you know what? Something has to change. I have to start to figure myself out. This can't go on like that. So my health transformation wasn't just me going on a diet and losing 80 pounds. I literally transformed my entire way of thinking. And I developed myself and I started reading all sorts of books and figuring out the mind. And what happened over that time period, I'm not even sure how long it was, a year, I was at the brink of divorce too. I developed myself and I got quiet. I didn't say anything to Boris. I didn't say anything to anybody else. I just figured myself out. And I was in a space of feeling still really bad for a long time, but at least I was able to shut up and figure things out. And eventually I got myself out of this space and I gained confidence and I had some ideas and I started to focus more and more and more on what I wanted and the solutions versus always dwelling on the problem. And now that I think back, Boris did not change a thing. He's acting the way he acted back then. My family's acting the way it acted back then. My environment did not change, you guys. The reason I was able to get from point A to point B had everything to do with me changing my thoughts. Okay? So I can, when I'm sitting here and I'm seeing you sort of like beating yourself up and blaming everybody else around you, I have to call you out on that stuff because, first of all, I know how you feel. Totally get it. But if I want to turn you into a leader, if you're supposed to be someone who commands a stage, who has confidence, who is an inspiration, who is powerful, who can transform people, I can't let you be a whiny baby. You want to be an eagle, not a turkey. You can't be a duck swimming in the pond, right? So there can't be drama, there can't be blame, there can't be depression or despair. You can't be in that negative spiral all the time because your emotions determine everything. So if you're feeling like that right now, and I don't know who is or who isn't, it's just, like I said, I woke up this morning and I'm like, hey, let's do a mindset training. I feel this is really important. It really has helped me. Maybe it'll help you too, okay? The first step, you guys, in your success with this program, with any program, no matter what coach you work with, you could be coaching with Tony Robbins or with Jesus Christ himself or herself, is you realizing that you and only you are responsible for your success and how you feel. Because you can't control other people. They will never let themselves be controlled by you. And that's not how it works, right? So my role as a coach and your role as a coach, and you will realize that especially once you begin to coach clients. In the beginning, you only have a handful and you don't even know it's waiting for you. But once you start to really grow the way you want to grow, and you're dealing with 50 clients, 100 clients, you're going to see that you're not supposed to be your coaches or your clients' friends. You're not supposed to be taking it all. You're not supposed to let them walk all over you. You need to hold them accountable and ask the right questions and have them take action. But your job is to go 50%, and my job for you is to go 50%. I give you the rails for your message. I give you the strategies. I call you out if I think I need to. Okay? I show you how it's done. You bring that power and that personal responsibility and the action. I cannot throw you over my shoulder and drag you along. And I'll never do that. And I don't feel responsible for you at all. I really don't. Because that's not how it works. If you're born to be a leader, and if you're born to actually coach other people, you need to know how to coach yourself. If you can't get yourself to feel accountable for your actions, you will never, ever, ever be able to inspire or hold anybody else accountable. So if you want to be able to coach other people, if anybody's ever going to buy from you, you need to get yourself into a headspace where you feel like, I can decide how I feel every single day. I'm responsible for my actions. I'm going to ask for what I need. I'm going to stay away from drama. I'm going to stay away from negativity. I'm going to repel that, and I will only focus on what makes me feel good and what I can control and my goals and what I can create. If I sat here every single day in my business and I thought, oh my God, this is not working in those stupid Facebook ads, and look at her over there, she's saying all these things, and look at these clients over there, and look at this and look at that. Do you think I could do anything? I couldn't do a thing. Nothing. The only reason I've been able to attract my entire team, whenever I want something, it comes to me, you guys. It literally comes. I want a director of coaching, she appears. I wanted a team, the people came. I want a sales team, the people show up. I want clients, the clients show up. And we don't always attract the right people. And I'm not sure if it's our fault or not. Maybe Adam Harris would say you always attract what you want, right? Maybe that's true. But it's been relatively easy for me to get things done because I don't allow myself to dwell on bullshit. I'm sorry, but I don't. I don't deal with negativity. I don't dwell on problems. I don't get involved in drama. I do what I said I would do, and I will always deliver on my promises. But I don't surround myself with drama people or drama thoughts because I know that I'm only hurting myself and I'm only doing myself a disservice. I'm an eagle, not a duck. Okay, so I coach you, I hold you accountable, but I won't drag you behind me. I'm not going to do the job for you. It's not my job. That's your job. So again, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling left behind, if you're feeling mistreated, unsatisfied, not getting where you want to go, start to take responsibility right now. Stop blaming your spouses and your children and not having enough time and not looking good enough and Carol and Soldo and Jesus Christ and whoever else you're blaming right now. And stop hurting yourself because no one really cares. It all starts with your mind. And once you focus on the things that are really important and you're grateful too, be grateful for the things you already have. Then you can inspire other people. Then other people will follow you finally. Then you can create things. Then writing messages and emails is easy. Then developing webinars and presenting with confidence is really easy for you. Then you'll feel good. Then people will show up for you too. Then others will serve you because they feel like, look at this person. She's independent. She's happy. She feels good. But you can't create from an attitude or an emotion that is needy and wanting and focused on things that are just not right. So I wanted to give you this today, and we're jumping on a Q&A call in just a little bit. So if you want to continue on the discussion, we certainly can. And I know this has been pretty straightforward and pretty to the point, but I really think some of you, not all, some of you needed this today. And I needed to do this too and get this, off my mind for you a little bit today. So take it for what it's worth. If it's meaningful, if it triggered you, if it hit you in the heart, if you feel upset or you feel something, chances are you had to hear this today, and this is for you. See you later.